Water, a precious resource. The amount of water recommended by the United Nations for drinking, washing, cooking, and maintaining proper hygiene is a minimum of 50 liters per person per day. It is lucky that we even get this much amount of water in our life. But for some people, it is available to them in just a drop because of scarcity of water. But what is scarcity? Scarcity is the shortage of a thing. But what if water is scarce? As of 2022, there are 17 countries listed in the category of suffering from extremely high baseline water stress, namely Qatar, Israel, Lebanon, Iran, Jordan, Libya, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Eritrea, United Arab Emirates, San Marino, Bahrain, India, Pakistan, Turkmenistan, Oman, and Botswana. Water can be referred to as the nectar of immortality. It is believed that even a person in distress can be relieved through a sip of this amazing nectar of life. But people in other places do not get a sip of this nectar because of our carelessness. We waste water because it is available to us in abundance, but we don't realize about others. So now let's perform an activity to determine the amount of water present on the earth. Take a bucket and fill it fully. Assume this is the amount of water present on the earth. Take a jug and take out 1 jug of water from the bucket. This is the amount of fresh water on the earth. Then take a glass and fill it with water. This is the measure of the water present as groundwater. Then finally take a spoon and fill it with water. This is the amount of water available in rivers and lakes for our use. To be exact, the fresh water present on the world for our use is just 0.006%. So now let's see the forms of water. We all know that water is present in 3 major forms, that is solid, liquid and gas. It is solid form in ice caps and glaciers, liquid in rivers, lakes, oceans, seas, etc. and gaseous as water vapor. Most towns and cities have water supply system maintained by the civic bodies. The water is drawn from nearby lakes, rivers, ponds and wells. The water is supplied through a network of pipes. Many villages do not have such a water supply system. Their people fetch water directly from the sources. Often people and children have to walk several kilometers to fetch water. Among them, the children suffer a lot. They cannot attend school regularly since they spend hours fetching the water. A large number of people draw water from wells, tube wells or hand pumps. For the next topic, we will see about groundwater. If we dig a hole in the ground near a water body, we may find that the soil is moist. The moisture of the soil indicates the presence of water underground. If we dig deeper and deeper, we would reach a level where all the space between the rocks and particles of soil and gaps between rocks are filled with water. The upper level of this layer is called the water table. The water table may be at the depth of less than a meter or maybe several meters below the ground. The water found below the water table is called groundwater. The rainwater and water from other sources such as rivers and ponds seeps through the soil and fills the empty spaces and cracks deep below the ground. The process of seeping of water into the ground is called infiltration. The groundwater thus gets recharged by this process. At places, groundwater is stored between the layers of hard rock below the water table. This is known as aquifer. Water in aquifers can be usually pumped out with the help of tube wells or hand pumps. But the increasing amount of industries and the growing population has paved the way for the depletion for the water table. Water drawn from under the ground gets stored by seepage of rainwater. The water table does not get affected as long as we draw as much water as it is replenished by natural processes. However, water table may go down if the water is not sufficiently replenished. This may happen due to many reasons. Increase in population, industrial and agricultural activities are some common factors affecting the water table. Scanty rainfall is another factor that may deplete the Water table. Yet another the factor affecting the water table could be deforestation and decrease in effective area for seepage of water. So now let's see about increasing population. Increasing population creates demand for construction of houses, shops, offices, roads and pavements. This decreases the open area like parks and playgrounds. This in turn decreases the seepage of rainwater into the ground. What could be the consequence? Recall that a pucca floor does not allow water to seep in easily, while in a grass lawn, water seeps through in no time. Moreover, huge amount of water is required for construction work. So now let's see about industries. We see that the number of industries is increasing continuously. Water used by most of the industries is drawn from the ground. Also, the wastage of water in agriculture is also a reason for depletion of the water table. So now let's see the distribution of water. The distribution of water over the globe is quite uneven due to the number of the factors. So the picture played in the background shows a pie chart of the distribution of water. Some places have a good amount of rain and are water rich. On the other hand, there are deserts which have scanty rainfall. India is a vast country and the rainfall is not the same everywhere. Some regions have excessive rainfalls while some others have very little rainfall. Excessive rain causes floods, whereas the absence of rain results in droughts. Therefore, some regions in our country may have floods while others may suffer from droughts at the same time. We can learn how to manage water so that we can help in conservation of water. When the civic authorities supply through pipes, not all of it may reach the destination. You may have seen water supply pipes leaking and a lot of water gushing out of the pipes. It is the responsibility of the civic authorities to prevent such wastage of precious water. Mismanagement of wastage may take place at the level of individuals too. All of us, knowingly or unknowingly, waste water while brushing teeth, shaving, bathing, washing, and during many other activities. Leaking taps is another source of huge water wastage. We waste water as though we do not need the water next time. We have seen that most of the waters that we get as a rainfall just flows away. This is the waste of precious natural resource. The rainwater can be used to recharge the groundwater. This is referred to as water harvesting or rain harvesting. We have many places in India which have an age-old process of water storage like the Boweries. The Bowery was the traditional way of collecting water. With time, the Boweries fell into disuse and garbage started piling in these reservoirs. However, because of this acute water storage, people in these areas have had to rethink. The Boweries are being revived. Today, the situation is that in spite of scanty rains, these places are managing their water needs well. A farmer using water in a field can also use water economically. Maybe you have heard of drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is a technique of watering plants by making use of narrow tubings which deliver water directly at the base of the plant. Now let's do a small case study before we move to the next topic. Bhujpur in the Kutch area of Gujarat has very erratic rainfall. The only source of rainfall lies underground because rivers in this area do not have water throughout the year. Over the years, demand for water has grown. The withdrawal of groundwater had far exceeded recharge. As a result, the water table has gone down alarmingly. In 1989, the villagers, along with non-governmental organizations, decided to harvest rainwater. 18 check dams were built on the Rukmavati River and its many tributaries. The water so collected increased percolation through the soil and recharged the aquifers. According to the farmers, the wells have water now, and the water that flowed into the sea was wasted has become available for irrigation. Let's now see what we can contribute to conserve water. Repairing leaking pipes and taps. Not wasting water while brushing teeth, shaving, bathing, washing clothes, and during other activities. Rainwater harvesting by drip irrigation of plants. Can you now write down some more ways to conserve water? And as a final topic, now we will learn about the effects of water scarcity on plants. You may have seen potted plants wilting and ultimately drying up if they do not get water even for a few days. You have already learnt in chapter 1 that the plants need water to get nutrients from the soil to prepare their food. Just imagine the consequences if water is not available to plants. The green character of the plant shall be lost. This may mean the end of all life. For a world without plants shall mean no food, no oxygen, not enough rain, and innumerable other problems. And then a small recap will do the conclusion. Water is essential for all living beings. There can be no life without it. Water exists in three forms: solid, liquid, and vapor. Though water is maintained by the water cycle, yet there is an acute scarcity of water in many parts of the globe. There is an uneven distribution of water. Much of it has resulted from human activities. Rapid growth of industries, increasing population, growing irrigation requirements, and mismanagement are some of the causes for water shortage. We need to be worried about the wastage during the supply of water through pipes, the leaking taps in buildings, and other places. Unnecessary use of water and overdrawing from groundwater should be avoided. Recharge of water to the ground should be increased. The need of the hour is that every individual uses water economically. Plants wilt and ultimately dry up if they are not water for a few days. This is the end of the chapter. Thank you.